From the legendary heroes, it is the mini warriors. Hogan and William Bonney? That just seems like a very odd name for these two guys, but that's what they're calling them. This is a neat set that I picked up at TFCon, so I am gonna go through it with you guys. They seem small, kind of like mini bot size, but that's okay. They were both originally mini bots anyway, so why not? So I'm gonna pop these open and we're gonna have some fun with them. If you're new to the channel, I'm Captain Kyle, welcome aboard. If you've been watching for a while, thanks so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. And let's have some fun. Be right back. So yes, these are the legendary heroes, and I'm going to pop them open. It's a very nice looking box. It shows both figures on the front. It shows Brawn in kind of either battle pose or a sexy pose, whichever way you want to look at it. And they're itsy bitsy. In fact, they seem shorter than the originals. So let's pop them out. But let's see what we have in here. We have instructions, which are good. I don't know why I say instructions as if I am from France. Hey, gas cans and guns for each of them. And this seems to have a little claw thing, a drill, which Brawn did use in an episode because they didn't bring Twin Twist in to the cartoon, probably because they wouldn't have appreciated it in Japan. Wow, these are metal. Wow. So there's also some kind of circular blade that goes on the end of an arm, and a claw, and a drill. These don't look metal, but good to them. And these guys, Brawn, come on, get out of there. They're very cool representations of the characters. Definitely look more like the cartoon than the actual toys. They are, as you can imagine, quite small. They each are about 2 5/8 inches tall, which is smaller than the 3.5 inches of the G1 versions. There they are. I'm not sure where Outback's gun is. I know it's around here somewhere, but I don't have it at the moment. I usually stick it into his arm and he carries it, but we'll bring these G1s back in a little bit. But right now we're gonna look at these guys and we're gonna get them outfitted with their accoutrements. So the instructions don't say anything about where the weapons go, but I'm pretty sure that if I turn Brawn's forearms so it's facing the correct direction, there he is with his gun, whereas Outback has a bigger gun because it also goes onto his vehicle mode. So there they are with the weapons. Now they have these gas cans, and I'm not sure where they go, if they in fact go, in robot mode. But interestingly, they open up. I'm trying to see if the box gives any clue. Take another look at the instructions, see if that gives any clue. What's interesting on the instructions is they show Hogan and William and Pizzeria. This looks like he has a turtle face, so that's interesting. Yeah, I am not seeing where the gas cans go. We'll see if we can figure it out in vehicle mode. But these are very small versions of these guys, but they're pretty cool. I like them. I can already tell they have a bit of posability. Let's take a look at that posability right now. I do have to say, the head sculpts are very G1, which is very nice. They got a spare tire on their roofs. Let's go through Brawn. I'm sure Outback has the same amount of posability. So do they have ankle swivels? Believe it or not, at their height, they actually have ankle swivels. So you can put him in a nice wide pose and his feet can be flat on the ground. Nice. And full toes up Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's a little wobbly, but if I put his gun down, he can kind of hold himself in place. I keep bending his wrist though, so there you go on the turntable of doom. He can kick forward, but not very much because this ridge in the front doesn't allow it. Back is slightly better, but still. Side kick is good. Side kick can be really good. Does he twist at the waist? He does. I was actually not expecting that. He does twist all the way around at the waist, so that is nice. So you can definitely put him in some dynamic poses. Does he have knees? Yes, he does. About, well, I'd say that's probably about 90 degrees. And it swivels all the way around in 2 places, right above the knee and right below the knee. So lots of swiveling in the leg. But yeah, arms all the way around, bends at the elbow, swivels. The hands don't twist, but they do bend down because that's part of the transformation. You can go out to the side, you can fire at the sky, try to blast some Decepticreeps, or you can just get blasted by Decepticons as soon as they invade the spaceship, It's kind of what he does. Now, if I fold down his fist, I can put in a cutting tool that looks like it could be Hot Rod's like spinning blade, but I have a feeling with the pizzeria guy, that's a pizza cutter. So hey, come on guys, you want some pizza? Decepticons, you aren't getting our pizza. You can also put the claw in his hand. So I don't know what that's from. I don't recall anybody using that. I know Outback has handy Decepticon detector, and I think you can put the drill in. That's kind of a cool look for him. Come on, I'll drill you, Decepticon. Oh wait, that didn't sound right. So yeah, they're pretty much the same mold, so I'm not gonna go through posability on Outback, but the heads can definitely turn all the way around. So they can both spit out green goo and be possessed by a demon. All right, one more spin on the turntable of doom. They are nice looking figures. You can't really see the wheels except when you look at the back of their legs or the spare tire on their backs. Usually I carry my spare tire right here. But all right, let's transform these guys. So there they are in their vehicle modes. And I have to say the transformation was pretty darn complex. I was actually pretty impressed. Everything plugs into something. It's not a simple transformation at all, especially at this scale. Now, Outback's gun actually goes into one of the posts, which is his fists, and you actually see Brawn actually has his post fists on top. So technically you could outfit him with a gun too, if you want. It's good gun storage. It's not accurate to the show. Now these guys are 1 3/4 inches in length. So not really the largest Transformers on the block. The original Brawn is 2 inches in length, as is the original Outback. They're slightly taller, the originals, but still very close in scale. Now, in the front of Brawn is a post for the drill, which again is metal, which is like amazing, very shiny metal. So he can dig some tunnels. Of course, we also need to do the roll test, so let's give this a shot. They're kind of like penny racers. I mean, not the worst I've seen, but on a smooth surface, I've seen better. It's a neat set. It did not cost me a lot at TFCon, but obviously TFCon's over. So unless you want to wait for the next convention, I'm not sure if they're available on AliExpress. If I find some links, I'll put them in the description. I'll also look around on eBay for you, put a link to a listing on eBay if I find them, but they're very cool. If you like these characters, then these might be cool for you. Definitely sized at something that would work with a Titan. I mean, they're a little bigger than the Dr. Wu stuff, but still great to put up against even a G1 Devastator or any of the G1 sized combiners. But yeah, a cool set. I'm glad I was able to find it at TFCon, and I definitely recommend if you're a Transformers collector, you know, looking online is great, looking on eBay is great. Local toy stores, you can find some really neat stuff. Also going to toy shows, you can find some things that you may not easily find on eBay. Of course, TFCon has a lot of Transformers, so does BotCon. RetroCon, which is not only a Transformers convention, but it's very retro. Lots of Transformers dealers there. And I'm sure if you look online and just look for toy shows near me, there's a few websites that list a bunch of those toy shows. So you might be able to find some really neat stuff at some really neat shows. And while you are mulling over these two very cool but very small G1 Autobots, you can actually check out this video over here, which is the set of Ratchet and Brawn getting blasted. Oh, it hurts. If you're enjoying this content, by all means, feel free to subscribe. We will see you next time. As always, have fun and good hunting.